This one whips really hard, I would say. This one, I like it a lot. Oh, I love it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. How is everybody? Hello. Pass. What the fuck? Give me 1 second, children. Give me 1 second. We're gonna find out why your sounds are not playing. Let me just make sure I didn't mute the Stream Deck. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's what I did. Hello, Paz. Okay, I don't know why the sound didn't play that time. Can I hear it, please? Okay, I don't know why the sounds aren't playing. Hello, Emma? Okay, Paz, yours just hates you for some reason. And hello, Amanda.
What?
And Katie. Hello, Katie. Y'all didn't even know Katie was not awake until I sent her this message. Clearly, because the whole morning I've been up since 9 a.m. Katie has not been around. She just woke up. What a queen. She's literally on that. She's on the Addy alarm sleep schedule system. She sleeps while I'm not streaming and wakes while I am streaming. She's only awake for 3 hours a day, 9 hours a week. Paz says, I love the consistency of just how janky these are. I don't understand why. It's literally, let me show you. Let me show you. I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna open the Stream Deck thingy, and I'm gonna show you on my, I'll show you with Disco Elysium in the background. What about that? Then you'll get a little taste. Okay. So these are like macro buttons. There are several actions within one action. So you see, Cesar's is you gotta play the soundboard, then run a source on Streamlabs, then wait a second, and then end the source. So it's not that complicated. I don't know why Paz is always like, let's see, okay. I batch. Okay, let me click it.
I shall die a bachelor.
Okay, the sound worked. Let me try it in websites.
I shall die a bachelor.
Okay, hello, hello. Okay, we fixed it. Paz is almost at 100,000 channel points. Well, that's your new goal, I guess. Look, you need to make more channel points so you can pay for Christina's college tuition. You have a baby now, so you gotta take care of it. Anyway, some of you may have seen the title, and I need to explain how I got to this point of finding out about a video game that has a vibrator. Now, I need to show you the exact what happened. I need to explain exactly what happened, okay? Give me 1 moment. Okay, so there is this YouTube video on YouTube that is just about like the Pride Fighting Championships. It is this video by Napoleon Bonaparte. And in this video, there's this really nice song in the background. Listen. I really like this song. So I was like, oh, what song is this? And he said it's this song by Adam Freeland called Fear is Just Fear is a Mind Killer. This is a remix for this game called Rez. You know, it's that super 90s sounding like electro music. Anyway, I was showing Katie photos of this game. From Google Images right here. I was in Google Images sending her pictures of this game because it was like mind-blowing to me and it broke my brain. I didn't understand how this works. Anyway, one of these linked to this article by Wired.com. Now, This led me on a fucking rabbit hole. And Paz found another article, but I won't read it on stream because it's very sexually explicit. But basically, a woman used this while her boyfriend played this game, and you'll see why. Rez's trance vibrator changed the conversation about women's sexuality in games. 15 years ago, this was written in 2017, so 15 years ago was 2002. 15 years ago, Rez released with the trance vibrator, a creative peripheral whose reception reveals a lot about the way we talk about sexuality in games. 15 years ago this month, the beautiful synthetic, that's a fucking word, Rez was released for the first time in the United States. Beyond the Tron-esque aesthetic that helped it become one of our absolute favorites, though, the game was notable for its unforgettable peripheral, something called the Trance Vibrator. The odd little battery pack shaped device was never released in the US. US women, American women, you can weep, you can cry, because this is only a Japan, only the Japanese bitches got this. It was the sort of strangeness that was, at the time, entirely the purview of the Japanese side of gaming. The trance vibrator's only function was to buzz and bump in time with the on-screen music, delivering haptic feedback alongside the audio track's bass, but in doing so, it became the flashpoint for a discussion of sexuality in games that not only stands as one of the finest pieces of video game writing, but casts a shadow over the discussions that have followed. Surprisingly, little writing since has tread similar ground, which demonstrates how much has and hasn't changed in the years since. I need to drink some water. Give me a second. Paz says, but we found out that you could buy the game and the Rez Vibrator for $70. So if somebody donates $240, then you have medical needs and enough to buy the Rez Vibrator. Exactly. Please donate. Please donate, children. Addie will be able to buy medication and the Rez Vibrator. But in doing so, okay, I reread this. In a famous interview, designer Tetsuya Mitsuguchi called the trance vibrator a joke, but a very serious joke. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? A joke, but a very serious joke? Huh? I don't understand what that means.
I am confusion.
We always listen to music by ear, and you can watch the visuals moving, the dynamics in Rez, so it's kind of a cross-sensation feeling. In the same interview, Mitsuguchi insisted that the device was not sexual or intended as a sex toy. But that's why it's perfectly sized to go on your pussy? Okay. Whatever. Of course, quite a few players got other ideas. Players, for example, like Jane Pickard, Pinkard, critic, writer, and current associate director for the Center for Games and Playable Media at UC Santa Cruz. On the blog Game Girl Advanced, this is the blog that Paz sent me, and we're not going to look at it because, as you can see, it's quite graphic. She goes into detail. Let me tell you, this bitch came. Okay. She wrote about her experience playing Rez with her partner. After trying it herself, she decided to let him handle the gameplay while she focused on the peripheral. In a short matter-of-fact piece, she talked about finding and following an obvious connection between Mitsuguchi's cross-sensation feeling and her own sexuality. In her own words, I was so excited by Rez's trance vibrator, since it seems to have no other purpose than to act as a masturbatory aid. Its shape is pretty nice. It can slip easily under your skirt or in your panties. It comes with a protective glove, which you can wash. Clearly they meant this to be a toy. Clearly. They gave it a protective glove. What else? Why else does it have a little condom? Explain to me why else this little thing has a condom. And it emits a regular pulsating rhythm that gets ever more intense and thrilling the deeper you go into the game. Damn, by the end, I was writhing on the floor. Synesthesia indeed. Am I wrong? Has anyone else found a better use for it? Right. What else could this thing be used for other than, please, Mitsuguchi, sir, please explain to me why you made a vibrator with a condom and telling me that it's not a vibrator that's meant for, you know. Also, why is this? I hate autoplay videos. Stop it. Okay. A frank discussion of female sexuality in games. Female sexuality is rarely discussed, frankly, in popular culture, and even more rarely so in tech, which, along with her mastery of image and brevity, is what makes Pinkard's piece so noteworthy. She posited in 2002 that Rez might have designed intentionally or unintentionally as a means by which a woman's sexual pleasure could entangle itself with play, music, light, and sound. That it could be, in short, an integrated part of a gaming experience. Now, what I don't understand is why this didn't take off as like a concept. Like, you would think, right, that gamers, like dude gamers, would be so like chomping at the bit to get a girl to be doing this with them. And I know plenty of bitches would be like, holy shit, he's interested in my sexual pleasure. Let's do it. But it's like, why didn't this take off? I don't understand why it didn't take off. Just, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the field when the first piece ran, so I can't speak to its initial reception, but it remains a memorable bit of video game writing in a field with a short memory. So much so that it's referenced essentially every time anyone writes about the trance vibrator. Of course, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't you talk about the trance vibrator as a masturbatory aid? Unless, unless you're just dumb. I don't understand, like, you fucking missed the concept. It's a vibrator. How are you gonna forget to mention that vibrators are used to make ladies come? Whatever. As a teenager who would later realize that she is a trans woman, I remember the piece leaving quite an impression on me, as well when I first read it. It seemed to be uncharted territory for games, and for the way people talked about them, an image of a more frank, inclusive, and playful video game scene. Pez says, I guess they could have made the vibrator super shit and not match the music? Yeah, that's true, they could have fucked it up. But it's like, why didn't they make this? Katie says, men suck, though, and are intimidated by toys. You are correct. I mean, a lot of dudes are like, why is my pee-pee not good enough for you? Why my ween-ween not good enough for your pussy? Aww, I have to use my mouth and fingy? Aww. Amanda says, I mean, people who think masturbation is morally wrong go a long way to bury things like this. True, this was never released in the US, which I think is probably to its detriment. But you can buy it online for $70. Revisiting the piece now, it's striking how much has and hasn't changed. The conversation around women's sexuality in games has certainly shifted, but I can't confidently say it's all been for the better. There has been clear progress. Conversations about the representation of women in gaming and their role in the gaming audience is more prominent than it's ever been, with advocacy organizations like Feminist Frequency. Oh my god, gang, Feminist Frequency, we gotta do it.
But remember that it's both possible and even necessary to simultaneously enjoy media while also being critical of its more problematic or pernicious aspects.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you so much, Anita. Doing important work to call out the limiting and sexist ways women are often portrayed and discussed in games. But there's also been a clear backlash, a wave of aggressive voices trying to minimize the role of women in games and insisting that video games are and should remain a safe haven for the interests of men, sexual and otherwise. Very true. Gamergate would have hated this shit 100%. Now what the fuck? Wired.com? I didn't even click anything. Why did you open this in picture-in-picture mode? So annoying. Now, nearly 3 years after Gamergate, serious discussion around the sexuality of women in games seems stuck between two modes, pessimistic and reactionary. You can see at any time any depiction of female sexuality in games makes the rounds. Take, for instance, the recent revelation by Blizzard that Tracer, the mascot character of multiplayer shooter Overwatch, is a lesbian, with a conventionally attractive red-headed partner. On the one hand, reactionary voice sounded off with horror that Blizzard had in their eyes sold out their straight male fans and embraced an invasive, unwelcome progressive agenda. On the other, many serious-minded progressive video game critics responded with skepticism, doubting Blizzard's intentions and questioning whether the depiction of Tracer's queerness was appropriately progressive. We should stop letting British people be queer. That's all I've got to say. In media, stop. Stop making evil people queer. Pez says, also, video games are at best extremely childish and shy around male sexuality, let alone the existence of female sexuality. In Dragon Age Origins, in one of the major cities, you can literally just keep going to a brothel over and over and over again, but you can ask the ladies to surprise you, and sometimes they just leave you in a room with like these little things called nugs. Don't get it twisted, the regressive view here is much, much worse. There are no false equivalencies to be made between sexism and pessimism. And the pessimism is not unwarranted, considering that the gaming industry is still dominated by major corporations that employ many more men than they do women. This article clearly was written before the whole Activision Blizzard scandal, and it's truly like a time capsule. Blizzard's primary interest is to make money, full stop. Everything is secondary at best. My point is just that these two reactions as the primary means of engagement leave little room for another response that, if not somewhere between the two, is at least somewhere to the side. Sorry for burping, but please don't be a centrist by the end of this article, Julie Muncie. Okay. When the conversation turns into an attempt by all sides to label something as basically good or bad, when prominent voices are in the still male-dominated field of gaming criticism goes so far as to suggest that a depiction of a lesbian isn't progressive enough because a straight man might enjoy it? Because lesbians can't conventionally attractive women, I guess? What are you talking about? Little space is left for any conversation that dares to center the pleasure of women in the way Pinkard's piece did 15 years ago. I gotta say, what are you talking about, Jesse? What the fuck are you talking about? I feel like the issue people had with Tracer wasn't that she was in a relationship with a hottie. It was the fact that Blizzard's representation of queer people in general, any marginalized person, is incredibly shallow and sucks shit. There are exceptions, of course. There are sex-positive video games, like Lady Killer, in a bind. I've never heard of this game before. I'm gonna Google it later. Written specifically from a woman's perspective in smart works like Kara Ellison's old S.exe column for Rock Paper Shotgun, or Maddie Meyer's brilliant pieces on Bioshock Infinite porn games. And the dominatrix kinkiness of Bayonetta. Okay, we gotta point out that Bayonetta is also a game meant and made for the male gaze. As much as we like the game, it is made for the male gaze. We gotta admit. But perspectives like Pinkard's that deal with a woman's sexuality in terms both frank and affectionate, focusing on the lived experience of a woman's sexual pleasure, still feel like the exception instead of the norm. And whenever I think about the trance vibrator, I remember those perspectives might be even more contentious now than they were 15 years ago. Are they though, Julie? Are they? I agree. Nobody is writing things like Pinker did with her story about Rez and how Rez helped her get off. But you also gotta point out the fact that like Rez was really the only game to really do this, to do this and make a peripheral for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, sure, there were discussions about it at the time, and those discussions were incredibly frank, and I like those discussions. I do think that this article sort of misses the point. I don't know. You could probably disagree with me, but Katie says, I kinda like the idea that my sexuality is just a footnote of who I am and doesn't determine anything besides who I am attracted to. But you have to understand, Katie, that let me transition. Give me a second. Time to transition. Hello. Amanda says, Bayonetta feels like anything progressive or liberating for a woman about it is purely coincidental and not intended. It's extremely male gazy. I don't know much about Bayonetta, like only what I've seen, and what I've seen is extremely male gazy, but I probably should play the games before I make like a overarching statement about them. But Katie, what I wanted to say is that like the difference between like you and a video game character is that you are a real life person. You exist in real life. Tracer is a fake person. She is fictional, and everything about her was deliberately chosen. So it's not just something that happens to be a part of her. It is a major part of her character. And the reason why people dislike Blizzard's representation is because those intentional choices to make these people say black or gay or neurodivergent are incredibly shallow and don't mean anything. Pez says, alternative title for Lady Killer in a bind is My twin brother made me cross-dress as him, and now I have to deal with a geeky stalker and a dom beauty who want me in a bind. I'm going to play this game one of these days. Let me Google, let me see how expensive this is on Steam. If it's on Steam, let me look. Lady Killer in a bind. $20. Okay. It looks like a one of them, like it looks like it kind of looks a little. I'm not keen on visual novels, I gotta say, and the art style just looks a little janky to me. I can't explain it, but it looks a little janky to me. Like grabbing this titty looks weird. Very odd. I gotta say, very weird to me, personally. This is an odd looking game. Pat says, oh Addie, be careful, there's a titty in the previews. Me shows the titty on stream. Listen, I'm just saying, that titty was just a little boring. Like, who grabs a titty like that? So uninvolved. Like, just like with like the pads of your finger just going. Katie says, oh yeah, it very confused me that LGBT people liked Bayonetta because I don't know much about that game, but most things I've seen seemed very gross and misogynistic. I don't know, I've never played it, so I couldn't tell you. Also, you might have noticed that I have cut into my headphones. Look at this. Look. I cut into them. So when I put them on, they aren't pushing on my glasses and they don't give me a headache anymore, because when you have EDS like me, you know when you wear glasses and headphones and it just pushes into your head and you get a little bit of pain. But for me, when it pushes into my skull, it can dislocate shit in my ear and jaw. So I have to be very careful. It's the worst. Anyway, I just got a scissors and I cut into my headphones, and now I don't have that problem anymore. And I remember, like, it used to, by the end of streams, I used to have like these horrible headaches because I was wearing my headphones for literally 3 hours straight. but now it's totally fine. Echoda says, wait, what? You don't grab titties like they could wake up and stab you if you aren't careful? Like, right, it's like just so like, let me just, ooh, oh, okay. That's somebody who does not want to touch a titty that's how somebody who doesn't want to touch a titty touches a titty. Like, explain to me why you would touch a titty like that unless you were afraid of titties. I'm just saying, titties are scary for some people. And some people are gay. Shockingly enough. So how was everybody's weekend? My weekend, things happened. My period started, and that sucks. My periods suck so bad. I have endometriosis, probably 98% chance I have it. It runs in the family. And it makes my back hurt so bad, my lower back, that like it hurts to like sit or stand or do anything really. I usually know my period is coming by if my back is starting to hurt like really bad, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta lay down. Oh, my back hurts. Zelda says, I haven't played it, but from what I heard, it's less so LGBT specifically, but feminists quite like it, as though definitely some problems and complaints from feminists. Still, the game apparently is all about Bayonetta being a strong, independent woman who overly doesn't take shit from men and is proud of her womanhood. But like I said, I haven't played it, and this is just what I heard said. You know what Anita would say? You know what Anita Sarkeesian would say about Bayonetta?
But remember that it's both possible and even necessary to simultaneously enjoy media while also being critical of its more problematic or pernicious aspects.
Thank you, Anita. You are so smart. You are so intelligent. Wow, Anita, how have you got the right words at the right time exactly when I need them? It's like I have you on a button or something. And then yesterday, okay, me and my mom on Monday night, and we're sitting and vibing, and we're like, what are we gonna do tomorrow? And I said, hold up, what about Zyla? Now, Zyla is like one of the ladies that we clean houses for. We clean her house the final Tuesday of every month, and we both completely fucking forgot about it. So let me tell you, I had to clean a whole house yesterday with no prep work. I didn't prepare for it like I usually do. So my body hates me at the moment, and I am so fucking tired. So tired. It's unbelievable that I was just like, how did we forget that? And it's always like, I always have to clean Zyla's house when I'm on my period, and I don't know why I forgot about the worst part of my periods, which is cleaning a house. Katie says, oh no, streaming is stopping a lot for me. Looks like my internet is completely stable and fine, and it doesn't say I've dropped any frames. So is anybody else getting problems with the stream? Paz says, a 2014 Anita quote is, everything about Bayonetta's design, mechanics, and characterization is created specifically for the sexual pleasure of straight male gamers. I will say, I have seen that video that Anita Sarkeesian made about Bayonetta, and that was specifically about the advertising of Bayonetta in Japan, and how there was like a poster of Bayonetta that was made up of a bunch of little things that you could take off, and eventually you could take off all of her clothes and show how her, yikes. Amanda says, we're gonna end up playing that every stream because it'll be equally relevant every single time. Exactly. It is the most versatile button that I have on my soundboard. Thank you, Anita. Thank you so much. Amanda says, stream is fine on my end, and so does Emma. Okay, pog. Rango says, some of the animations I've seen do rub me the wrong way, and that the game and where most of the problems are complained about in representation, but at the same time, the story and Bayonetta, the character, are apparently portrayed quite feministically? Feministicity? How would you say feminist in like how would you use that as like an adverb? Feministically? Somebody tried to. I think it's feministically is how you're supposed to use it, but debate chat. Amanda says feministicals. Yes, feministicals. You gotta get an orky to get rid of my feministicals. Pagliacci says, I ran feministly towards them. How do you run feministly, though? Like, do you, every time you put a foot down, you say, like, one word of I'm with her? So you're like, I'm with her, I'm with her, you know. Pagliacci says, let's go lesbians. Is that necessary feministically, though? Because we gotta realize that, like, a lot of feminists were against lesbians. Like, take, for example, the political lesbian movement. Listen, don't get mad at me for pointing out facts, okay? Don't even talk to me about the freaking political lesbian movement and its effects on the freaking queer community, because oh my god, we have fucked up so much. Hello, Chloe. How was work, Chloe? Listen, gang. Yesterday, after we got done cleaning this house. Okay, I need to preface this with an important piece of information about cleaning Zyla's house. That Zyla does not give us gloves. We have to bring our own gloves. Everything else is provided for us, like vacuum, cleaning supplies, but gloves, we have to bring our own. Simply because me and my mom have weird hands and we need weird gloves. And just that we prefer to choose our own gloves. Anyway, we brought 2 pairs of gloves. We are halfway down the road after we're leaving Zyla's, like 30 minutes down the road. And we're like, wait a second. Did you grab the gloves? And I go, no, I thought you did. You gave me like your purse, your keys. You gave me everything but the gloves. I thought you were grabbing the gloves. Nope. My mom didn't grab the gloves. So we don't have any gloves at the house to clean our own house with. So I did go and buy other gloves. It was just... you know, one of those days. Katie says, Chloe, I'm very excited for that Zelda port. Chloe, you don't even need to even know. Katie has been telling me about this in DMs. She's so hype about it. Katie in general gets very hype about like very specific things. Like, Katie has been very, very, very hyped about like the Steam Deck for a really long time, and I was like, okay, she'll get over it in like a month. Like, she wants things and then it goes away after she realizes she can't have it. No, the Steam Deck, every fucking day she brings it up. She's like, if I had a Steam Deck, I would be playing Pillars of Eternity 2 in bed. If I had a Steam Deck, I would be playing Skyrim in bed. If I had a Steam Deck, I would blah, 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 blah. It's like every day she reminds me that I need to buy her a Steam Deck eventually. I wish I had the money. It's expensive. That MF is you know what? Let's Google how expensive. Let's Google it right now. Let's Google how expensive Steam Deck is. Steam Deck cost. Oh my god. Okay. So depending on how much 64 gigabits. What are you gonna have on this? Like 2 games? Not even. So the only logical decision that you would go for is $650. Because I don't know why under any circumstances why you would buy a 64 gigabit Steam Deck, a little thing that's supposed to be able to run PC games. PC games notoriously being fucking massive. Like Doom Eternal and Control, I guarantee you them together is more than 64 gigabits. Okay. Look. I love that Valve does this sometimes where like, it's like, look, the basic joystick construction. Oh my, it has a dock? Oh my god. Wow. Katie says, I think we need to wait for sales. Katie says, if I had a Steam Deck, I could play Zelda in bed. Gigabyte Addy. I know I should say gigabyte, but I love saying gigabit just to trigger people like you. Anytime there is like a term that is easily mispronounced by people and it triggers, like it gets people really mad, like nerds, I'm gonna say it wrong every time. I say every single French word wrong on purpose because I hate the French. Katie says, I actually am not sure Doom Eternal can fit at all. I think it's like 80 gigabits or something. Hold up. Let's How big is Doom Eternal? 80 gigabytes, gang. You can't even have the game that they advertise. Okay, Control. How big is Control? Okay, it's only 24 gigabytes, so you can have 2 copies of Control on your Steam Deck if you wanted to. Wow, you can't even okay. And Doom Eternal isn't even that big of a game, is it? Like, I feel like there's games that are way bigger than it. Chloe says, bullying. Listen, is there anything more in line with my personality than bullying people for no reason? Amanda says, doesn't it have an external storage option? Let me look. Reading. Oh my god, there's so many reservation questions. I don't care. It doesn't say anything about having external. It doesn't look like anything on the website says anything about external storage, but I'm sure it might. Katie says Call of Duty Modern Warfare comes up on 200 gigabytes if you install all the modules. Jeez. Rango says, if I had Steam Deck, I could play Ghost Recon Breakpoint on the toilet where it belongs. Now listen, if I had a Steam Deck, I would be unfucking stoppable. I would play so many more games. Let me tell you, when I'm laying down, right there, my brain aptitude goes up 20%. I don't know why, but I am able to use my brain better when I'm laying down. It's like more blood goes to my brain because of POTS or something, and I can think more, I can think better. All of my best writing comes when I'm laying down. All of my most profound thoughts come when I'm laying down. My brain just goes into overdrive when I'm laying down. Chloe says, install a TV on the ceiling. That's what I want. That is the POTS dream. But I am also very afraid if I do that it would follow me while I am asleep. Emma says, Western developers stopped compressing their games, and I'm convinced it's to stop people going to other games. I don't know if that's true necessarily. I think it's just the fact that these games have so much bloat just from the fact of like the business model of continuously adding more and more and more and more bullshit that you have to pay for. I think it's really intentional, not in the way to make you play more games, I don't think that's it. I just think they're incompetent and they're not realizing that they're doing too much. I think that is a very serendipitous side effect. I just don't think it was an intentional side effect of the ever-growing size of these games. Katie says, that would make sense, and it sucks. I think I remember it starting with Titanfall 1. They specifically said the game is so big because of uncompressed audio files? Are you kidding me? Audio files? Uncompressed audio files? Who the fuck is playing Titanfall 2 or Titanfall 1 and is like, oh my god, The audio quality on everything that I do is so good. Like, nobody gives a fuck. It's Titanfall. What the F? Rango says, I saw a video on it. They put all of the code for microtransactions like skins and features that support higher PC HD players, sending the gigabits very high. What are you trying to say? I saw a video and they put all the code for micro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think is that they just have so much bloat. The game has so much bloat just by virtue of the storefronts being literally endless. So many, it's like almost endless to the point like you can lose yourself and the amount of skins that Call of Duty has. The last time I watched my brother play Call of Duty, there was like watches, and that was the only way that you could see your KD ratio during the game was like watches, and you would have to pay for the watch. Like, huh? What? I don't understand. And Katie tried to explain it to me. She was like, oh, they did that to cut down on toxicity in the game. And I'm like, that's total 100% total fucking bullshit. Nobody has ever stopped being toxic in a video game just because they couldn't see how good you were doing. That doesn't matter. That never matters. If you are a woman who's playing a video game, you should know that. Katie says, oh yes, they added watches. I remember that being a big deal. I just remember being really like so dumb because it's like, why can't I just press select and so I can see the whole leaderboard? Rango says, they have the microtransactions downloads instead, but they have it in the code, every player, so you can buy it much quicker and easier. I also imagine that they do that because it's easier for the game to load it up, like load up the individual skins for people in the game, rather than uploading it every single time. Chloe says, imagine if you're deaf and playing Titanfall 2 and being like, wow, why is this game so big? It's costing me money and data usage. And then, oh, it's because of the amazing soundtrack. Yeah, it's just like, okay. And it's also just like, I don't mean to be whatever, horrible or whatever, I guess. But does anybody really remark upon Titanfall's soundtrack, really? Like, out of all video games, I feel like the only games that are talked about in contention for good video game soundtracks are all of the Legend of Zelda games and nobody else. Nobody ever mentions, oh, Titanfall 2 has the greatest game soundtrack of all. No. Nobody says that. So why are your game files uncompressed? Doesn't make sense. Amanda says Xenoblade. Okay, Xenoblade. Okay, Xenoblade. This is the Xenoblade Chronicles. Rango says, and they could also do a separate download for HD modes, but they advertise it so highly for those HD modes as a part of it. That's so weird. Activision, explain what your logic is here. Katie says, it doesn't help at all if you're a woman, but maybe if you're a man who is insecure about their performance. I don't know. Katie, most men are insecure about their performance. Why do you think most of them don't even last a minute? Equita says, Bloodborne has a great soundtrack, and I will fight you. I am not saying that these games don't have great soundtracks. I am just saying that the only games I really heard of people talking about game soundtracks, none of those games were Titanfall 2, is all I'm saying. Out of all the games that are mentioned in the greatest all soundtracks ever, Titanfall 2 is never in the fucking contention, is all I'm saying. Amanda says, I could share so many Xenoblade songs. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could, you know how I do all my streams with RuneScape music? Maybe you could do all your streams with Xenoblade music. Who's stopping you? Katie says, people also talk about the Halo soundtrack, but Halo stole a whole song from one of your favorites, I think. Wait, hold up. Tell me the tea, Katie. Tell me why I need to hate Halo again. I would say Halo only has like one good song, and that's, the theme song. Do you remember any other music from Halo other than, oh, funny? I need to tell you, I need to tell you something. So this is a funny story. Does anybody in chat know who Mike Perry is? Probably not. Mike Perry was a UFC fighter. And you know how when fighters walk out, they play a song, right? But Mike Perry asked Dana White or whoever, he was like, I want the Halo song as my walkout music, right? But when he goes out to do it, it's not Halo. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna watch the video. I'll get copyrighted, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it because I'm ready. I'm so ready to get copyright striked for you. I'm ready to take the 3-day ban just for you, chat. I need you to see this video. It's amazing. So they did not play the Halo theme song. They played Halo by Beyonce. He's like, what fucking song is this?
That he has a well-rounded skill set. Hey, somebody said that this was interesting music by Mike Perry in my ear, and Mike goes, what is this song? They put on the wrong song. But Mike, look at him. He just kind of rolls with it, right? That's Mike Perry for you. Just kind of rolls with the punches. Mike Perry picked it. Maybe
he just starts singing along to it. I love him.
He forgot. I mean, he forgot he picked it.
They didn't choose the right song for him, but he just went with it. King. He just started singing along. I mean, if they fucked up the song that I chose, I would just be like, okay, whatever. Amanda says, sorry, I'm just excited because I could talk about Xenoblade music for hours. I just find that a lot of video game music, the issue with video games is that there's too much freedom for a controlled musical environment. Like, take for example, a symphony. A symphony, you start with the music, and then you build everything on top of it, typically. So you write the music, and you're like, oh, this is Tristan and Isolde. It's about Tristan and Isolde. They're Tristan's knight, Isolde's sucking his dick. That's the play. So you focus on that, and there's beats that you have to hit with the music. That is always going to happen. Same with movies. The scene will always be the same. But with video games, you cannot have that same level of control over the environment, over like the story that you're telling. And so music is always exponentially more difficult to compose for video games than it is for, like, a movie or something. Katie says, oh, I'm so happy he went along with it. See, listen. I think that just shows you the type of attitude he has. It's like, oh, what's the point of getting angry? I gotta be goofy. Chloe says, it has another one, a good one, that goes dun 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 dun. That's the best approximation of what I assume you were trying to tell me. And Katie says, I think the song called Peril, it sounds like just like a song from one of the people that you listen to. Send it to me later, Katie, and remind me about this, because I would like to yell about this tomorrow on the chat hour. Agueda says, that really depends on the game. Linear games like Journey and Abzu are pretty good at making the music flow with the progression of the game, but the music composition in those games are incredibly minimalistic. Journey, incredibly minimalistic. Abzu as well. Like, there's a certain level. There's just a certain level that you get to where you cannot have that same amount of control, and it just makes composition a little bit harder. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I am just saying it's a little bit harder. Like, for example, Breath of the Wild. That has probably one of the most minimalist gaming soundtracks in history, but it is still one of the most popular game tracks to like ever be made. So it's like, just because something is simplistic or a little less complex doesn't necessarily mean it is worse or better. That's whatever. Chloe says, "Where did you learn to read music?" I'm classically trained, Chloe. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh, okay, I gotta stretch. Let me stretch. Maybe you'll hear my bones. Let's see if you'll hear my bones. Oh, that was my back. Harold. Time for Harold.
Hey, Chloe says, tell Eddie that she sucks at reading music. Obviously, you know how it really goes. Dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. That's how I assume it. I don't know, Chloe. I'm trying. I'm really trying for you, buddy. Also, hello everybody. I believe what the kids like to say is trans rights.
Thank you, Harold. Harold is always he's always trying. He doesn't get why people he tries not to get too involved in human politics, but today he was very emotional. He learned about gender dysphoria today, and you know, that shit sucks, so he's a little emotional.
It's just so sad what people go through, and you know, like, not like people are so mean, it's so rude, you know. It's just, oh, I don't get it. Why are people so mean? I'm technically trans. I mean, oh.
Amanda says it's so skillful. Sorry, I keep knocking the fucking wire. I don't mean to do that. Amanda says, yo, Harold is trans. I would argue that Harold was the first trans. Echoda says, anyway, does anybody remember when it was weirdly popular to mod anime songs into Skyrim to replace the combat theme? No. It was hilarious because the music would always stop so abruptly when combat ended. I think, you know what really annoys me? Something that really gets on my nerves is that for like years of my life, for over a decade, nobody has replaced Fust Ruda with "Be gone, fuck!" It annoys me so much. It's 3 words. You can do it. It's so easy, but nobody has done it. Nobody has replaced Fust Ruda with "Be gone, fuck!" Like, doesn't it? It feels like it would clearly fit, but nobody has done it, and I don't know how to code, so. But I don't remember that Equita at all. The only mods that I really remember being a meme for Skyrim were the Thomas the Tank Engine memes and all of the, My Little Pony ones. Excuse me. Nick says, I remember the Macho Man Dragon mod for Skyrim. I have no idea what you're talking about. That sounds amazing, though. Rango says, trans from the gender of the void to the gender of existence and frog. Exactly. So Zelda is truly... I feel like Zelda is one of the people that is the closest to understanding what Harold's about. Egoda says, mainly I don't like most anime music. I mean, who does? sometimes, okay, I am just gonna say it. I feel really mean for saying this, but if the only type of music that you enjoy is from media that you also enjoy, then I feel like you have a very shallow perception of what music can be, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. One of the worst things about our society is how much we judge people for the music they listen to, and a lot of the time that's just steeped in racism. What I'm really trying to say is don't let people control the way that you listen to music and what you listen to music for. Like, if you are happy, that's okay. But it is a very shallow perception of music, and you should try to expand into more avenues of music, because you would be surprised with what you find. Because, like, within one tiny area of the world, there's incredible variation within music, and it's very disheartening, at least for me, how Western our perception of music is. But I don't want to get into that. That's a whole chat hour topic that I'll get into later. Anyway, Katie
says, hi Harold. If you're a mortal frog god, can you explain why people are born in mismatched bodies in the first place? Surely you could erase that and ensure that everyone is born correctly so they wouldn't have to experience any body dysmorphia or gender dysphoria. Why do you assume that I control the rate at which people are born? Like, why do you think that's my job? I'm a frog, okay? Katie, just because I have god powers doesn't mean I have infinite powers. So rude. Everybody blames me for everything that's not even my fault just because I have god powers. Like, just so rude.
Katie says, oh no, but I didn't like music at all until I was like 9 years old. That's what I'm saying, Katie. Because you went out and you were looking for music and you were shown music that you liked. What I'm saying is, at least for me, music is a constant process. It's a hobby of mine that it doesn't end, and there isn't like, I'm always constantly looking for new music, at least like personally, and that's led me like on incredible journeys. Like, I almost went into ethnomusicology as a degree, but I didn't because it required a fucking ensemble course, and I didn't want to take ensemble because ensemble's for bitch asses. Anyway, time for the BRB. We're taking a 5-minute break. Go get a water. Go get a drink. Go piss. We're gonna listen to some freaking music by you know, the old school RuneScape music. All right. Ranka says, I admit, I don't get into a lot of music. I prefer more atmospheric stuff to the game or movie I'm playing. Though, I also don't like singing much, and I prefer instrumental. As you rightly point out, we are so consumed by Western music, and I feel the little I've heard of African music I love. You should look into one of my favorite forms of music that nobody talks about ever is Balkan folk music, specifically Bulgarian folk music. Probably the biggest example of Bulgarian folk music that you'll find in popular media is The Mystery of Bulgarian Voices. And but Balkan and Bulgarian music in general has what is called an irregular meter. Now, if you know who Adam Neely is, this is one of his videos. This is a video that made me stop watching his content, because he made a video about irregular meter, and he did not mention once Balkan music. He didn't mention it at all. His entire video focused on jazz, and he pretended in this entire video that this was like a wild new concept that nobody really does, when fucking Bulgaria is just sitting there like, bitch, we've been doing this for hundreds of years. What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid bitch? Anyway, I don't like Adam Neely, and that is why. Emma says, that music was so abrupt, I thought it was space engineers and thought I was being attacked. I am sorry. It was abrupt for me as well. It sort of came out of nowhere. I was trying to like find the link and I just pressed play on the media controls and I was like, oh shit, we were in the middle of the climax of the song. Katie says, oh yeah, singing is very strange. I'm very picky about singers. I don't like men who sing. I have never listened. I rarely other music that I like that has male singers. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Almost every single one of my favorite musicians are women. Kimbra, woman. Zoe Keating, a woman. Shura, that bitch is a lady. Who else? Laura Marling, ladies. First Aid Kit, that's 2 bitches. Who else? Let me just, I'm gonna see what albums I have downloaded on my phone. I don't have much downloaded on my phone because who cares? But, because I'm never like out using my phone really. If I'm usually always at home, so I have no need to download albums. But the artists that I have, there's a bunch of EDM artists that we'll ignore. Bikini Kill, that's a lady band. Churches, main singer of Churches is a lady. Enya, that's a lady. First Aid Kit, that's 2 ladies. Hertz, the main singer of Hertz is a lady. Pyam, that's all ladies. Haley Kiyoko, that's a lady. Janelle Monáe, another lady. The Julie Ruin, lead singer of the Julie Ruin, is a lady. Kate Bush, that's a lady. Kimbra, again a lady. Lord, a lady. Licky Lee, a lady. Marina and the Diamonds, a lady. Miami Horror. Now Miami Horror, I'm pretty sure Miami Horror is a guy. Nina Simone, that's a lady. Pussy Riot, that's a lady. Quadron, that's one half of Quadron is a lady, the lady who sings. Shura, that's a lady. Yuna, that's a lady, and Zoe Keating. So every musician, aside from EDM musicians on my phone, are ladies. So Pez says, oh, you thought Copenhagen Business School couldn't get worse, but it just got worse? How did the capitalists fuck shit up again this time? Katie says, I also don't like male singers pretty much at all. Goat doesn't count, they're non-binary. True, but I hate goats, so I hate all goat singers. If you sing like a screaming goat, I'm gonna call you out for screaming like a goat. Three, 2, 1. All right, break is over. Time for Disco Elysium. Oh, I gotta change the title. Oh gosh. What type of cop is Addie? Bimbo. I can't put bimbo in the title anymore. Twitch doesn't like the word bimbo. Absolute fool plays disco. Alright. I am an absolute fool. I mean, yeah. How many times did I miss people's names that were like this guy's name is racism? Addie, how did you miss racism? His name is right there. I'm sorry. Rango says, though for some reason I really connect to game soundtracks specifically in a way. I kind of mix them with the experience, and a beautiful part of them, and cause I like, you know, as I said, instrumental tracks, and this sentence is confusing. The more I read it, the more my brain breaks. Rango says, I also found some weird and creative game soundtracks I like a lot. Now, I feel like we have to start today off by trying to get the body down. I feel like that's pretty important. We should just go try to get the body down. Bro, this is so confusing. Go over there, please. That staircase nearly broke me. Rango says, I found some weird and creative game soundtracks I like a lot. Hold up, what does it say? Rita? Okay. We're ignoring the racist lorry driver for now.
Amanda says, I don't like women's music. I listen to the Bare Naked Ladies.
I don't know why I don't like the sound of men singing. I've never liked it, even as a kid. I was just like, give me a lady, please. Paz says, so 2 teachers of macroeconomy just sent a mail out to all students at the Copenhagen Business School saying they wouldn't meet up in person as long as there was a mandate for teachers and students to use COVID passports. And compared to, you know what, which you'd think for a country that was occupied during World War II, we would be better than this than America. Well, clearly not.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
I don't...
It is all it does now.
I literally have an 8% chance. How am I gonna get this baby down? This dead body. Okay, let's try it.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once.
Oh, God.
The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Ew. Bro, how much more can you throw up, dude? The ammonia didn't help at all.
How does the wind right now?
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
Aw,
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Oh, okay, freaking Kim. You're gonna point out, Ensign Kim, you're gonna point out that I have a fucking, that I have an addiction? Okay, sir. Equita says, I mean, seeing as Denmark cooperated a lot with the occupiers, maybe we shouldn't be so surprised that we as a nation are so dumb about it. Very true, very true. I mean, I feel like Denmark and a lot of countries have this weird attitude about like, oh, a lot of us rebelled, but we're gonna ignore the fact that the majority of us were just totally okay with the Nazis. Okay. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? This is bullshit. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a cop. I don't want to. Can we do something else? I think I want to solve something else right now. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
Okay, Kim.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
Okay, but we haven't seen Kim throw up yet. Why is it... Yeah, you seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
Bro, do you have the coronavirus?
Not being hungover helps too.
Oh, can we do something else? I think I want to solve something else right now.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that...
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
Damn, okay. But I don't wanna. I'm gonna say okay. I'm a little sad boy. Just a sad drunk boy.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Okay, I got a thought.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
This is so...
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay, we gotta come back in half an hour to take the body off. So I've got another thought to internalize. So this one says, your shit is a part, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your ass cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Okay, let's internalize. We've internalized the shit. Look, Kim, 6 feet apart, bro. You have the coronavirus, please. Not even wearing a mask. I've got to say, movement in this game is a little weird if you're using the WASD keys. Pez says, the fact that most people who were a part of the resistance joined after Denmark was liberated, right, like, they were just there to be there. They get a participation award. Yeah, I got a thought with my big girl brain. Alright, let's go talk to this girl's mom. Go talk to this bitch. Alright, it's an ad time because it's a loading screen, 30 seconds. If you don't want to see ads, you gotta subscribe. Katie says, I was hospitalized once because I was throwing up so much it turned black. And my doctors described it as nothing more to throw up. So I was consuming my own body fat so that something could throw up. So, did they ever figure out why the fuck you were throwing up though? Alright, what's over here? Gift books and molten candy? Ew! Don't put your candy on by the sun in the light. Old sport magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Okay. This book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Ew. Ma'am, lake trout sucks. River trout is better, ma'am. Why nobody's buying those books? Okay, what's it say? A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Oh, Paz, whoa, who's that fucking guy called? What's his name? Aleister Crowley?
The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Okay, look through the display of books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Memoirs are the best books, though. Rango says, a lot of this stuff is interactive here. I believe there's a button to reveal interactive items. I believe there is, I just don't remember.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
These are a lot of names. What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history.
What?
One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Okay, he seems like a hottie.
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
What the fuck, huh?
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
Hell yeah! Bevy, King.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do
fucking
still browse,
bitch.
though, but not too long.
Fucking cunt.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
Yeah, she knows that she's being a cunt.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
That's right, bitch. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay? I'm just looking at your books.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Oh god, we don't like Dick Mullen. I remember the little girl compared me to Dick Mullen, but she was like, you are not nice like Dick Mullen. Look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Why do cops always get butthurt about crime dramas like it's about them? like, crime dramas are doing good for you. They make you seem like you're doing better than what you are.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Oh no.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Well, I imagine that has to do with the fact that they're talking with a cop.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Yeah, sure.
You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
The sordid affair.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick.
That one's my
Dick
favorite.
Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
I have a dauntless Dick. Are there any more?
Yes.
Oh
There's
God.
Also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns.
A lot of books.
Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a twist, like how they find out that the big theory behind Murder, She Wrote is that she did all the murders.
Come
Jessica?
on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Well, the real police, yeah, exactly. I'm not talking about the real police that are right in front of the bookcase, because those aren't real police.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Uh-oh. A bald man turns toward a lean man and pats him on the back.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it.
Mac Torson gives me Joe Rogan vibes. He pokes his finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once?
Gosh, why?
One civilian looks on amazed. The bald man bellows a reply.
A fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Okay.
Yeah, sure came close.
Chester
So I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
The inside of the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside, it starts to rain.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Okay, fuck it. We get a 42% chance. Let's go.
Your quick eye
Yes!
notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken
A
identity.
worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to
Could
me?
it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's, no, it's gotta be something else.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
Nah.
Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, this is the book for you. See the way she's suggestively holding that pistol? That's symbolism.
I don't have any money for it, so. Remember, I also have to pay for my, bedroom? The hotel is butthurt at me because I didn't pay for my bed. Equita says, I like how much of a nitpicky bitch your narrator or whatever is. It's freaking hilarious. I love him too.
They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner.
Ringo says, well, our guys just butthurt the book. Let's not use the term butthurt. It is literally a reference to rape. so let's not use the term butthurt. Our guys are just upset the books don't show he has become a depressed man and wants it to reflect from somewhere to feel not so alone. Yeah, he wants to reflect on the fact that the lady's pretty and my weeby hard. Pez says, I mean, considering that Jessica has been this close to so many murders, just means she must have caused one murder at least. I mean, yeah, like, okay, let's just think about this. There are, 7 seasons of Murder, She Wrote, and each season has like 25 episodes. So that means, somebody do the math on that real quick. That is 175 murders at the minimum. Imagine being present for 175 murders. Somebody Google how many episodes of Murder, She Wrote there are, and then we'll see the even bigger number. Pez says, the original voice cast had a lot of the people from Chapo Trap House. So say what you want about that. Yikes. Ooh, yike. Okay.
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
It still annoys me that the best documentary about MMA fighting has one of the Chapo guys narrating it, and also has a dumb fucking stupid ass dipshit thesis at the end of the documentary. Okay. Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river.
Mm-hmm.
It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
What about west of the river? How are the poors doing?
Prud'homme. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
This is reminding me of... I'm going to tell you after I finish when this is done.
You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
Okay, so this reminds me a lot of Call the Midwife. If you've never read it, Call the Midwife is about being a midwife in the East End of London. And the East End of London at the time was like one of the poorer areas of London, but in several times in the books, Jenny has to go to like even worse parts of London, and she's like, I don't understand why anybody lives here. But then she realizes that it's like, well, they have nowhere else to fucking go. And she talks about how like those areas were like a safe haven for like sex work and drug use because there was nowhere else in the city to do those things in a safe environment. And that just shows you that there are bigger fucking issues than just like, oh, we should just move the poorest to a different area.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
What is paranatural? Is that like books that Paz reads? Ringo says, our guy... Oh, okay, I already read that. Cabot Cove had the population of 3,500 people, and throughout the show, there happens to be 60 murders in Cabot Cove. 60 murders over 12 years. More than 5 murders a year. 274 murders in total in Murder, She Wrote. 60 of them happened in Cabot Cove. 274 murders. Jessica Lansbury was there being like, oh, I'm a little crime writer. Oh, I'm tall. Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas.
Mm-hmm.
It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Oh, this is totally a book Paz would read.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Oh, you mean my DMs? That's how people treat me. How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
What? Doesn't the book... There's literally so many people have this legit mindset. It's like so scary that this is genuinely an actual way of thinking for people.
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Oh,
And
very interesting.
there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraise tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Huh? I'm gonna put duck gallbladder on my pussy so I don't get AIDS.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Ooh, we got 97% chance. Let's go.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What is the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire.
What is the pale?
For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
This is just, okay.
Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
Oh my god, okay. Should we make our man gay and kinky? Should we make him gay and kinky? I think we should. Pez says, oh yeah, this is the mindset of so many spiritual self-help with the appropriation from Judaism and Hinduism, but with Christian conservatism still at the core. Okay, gay and kinky, let's do it. Gay and kinky.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed
Is the
to cover
pale
these
like
jars
the
in a
fog?
shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
How is that possible?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
True. Fair enough. What else?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour.
Makes sense. You don't want the pale to eat you.
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions.
Yeah, this book seems super horny. Paz says the pale in this is this concept in Disco Elysium I really love, which is basically just a nothingness, a void that is consuming the world. Like, it's actually like it's like we're playing fucking Death Stranding. Okay, next.
This is exactly what you need.
Why? How is this exactly what I need?
I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked.
Why not? Equita says horny and medicine is an interesting combination. Well, it's not an uncommon combination. Have you seen how much doctor porn there is? Huh? Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need that. My wee-wee is hard all the time.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
My wee wee is already hard. Another boring book just discarded here. Oh, okay. Makes sense. I mean, Paz says, basically the world of Disco Elysium is not a continuous landmass, but instead it is smaller landmasses that are separated by the Pale, which is a nothingness that separates these landmasses called isolas. Well, it's sort of like how a river cuts up. Isn't it kind of like how the river cuts up this city? Okay, what's up with this curtain over here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Weird.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Okay, bitch, I'm a cop. Shopkeeper, what is behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Is she trying to freaking hypnotize me?
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw.
Paz.
Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Why do we got witches up in this hood?
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Okay, ignore the curtains. We're gonna talk to the lady before we start breaking into her frickin' place. But she is a cunt. We gotta let everybody know that she's a bitch. So she's mean to her kid.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Tangent, I just need to say something right now about the words a lot. Growing up, you know how my fucking username is Iwinalot? I spell it like this a lot. I spell it like that, and people get really butthurt, and they're like, a lot is 2 words. And you're like, no, stop being mad at me. Stop getting upset with me. Iwinalot like this looks fucking weird. This looks weird. You gotta admit, this looks weird. You have to admit, this looks weird. Tell me this doesn't look weird comparatively to this. Tell me that doesn't look weird. Whatever. Hi. Hello. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table.
Oh, nerds.
The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
I don't like tabletop games.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that really catches my eye? Please tell me this bitch isn't a fucking
There's a
nerd.
box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting.
Emma, why are you coming in a chat and making my life even more difficult for me? Why are you telling Katie when the Steam Deck is coming out?
A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Holy shit, expensive.
Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Oh, what the heck is a Beano-clad? And first of all, there's nothing wrong with being anemic, okay?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely
Katie says, Eddie, can please Steam Deck.
Nearly all the titles contain the word
I will.
Hyamdal somewhere.
Hyamdal? Look through the display. Oh, display of, oh my god. We got hot books. We got hot men's on the book.
Rows and rows of Hyamdala men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyamdal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyamdal.
How does it feel to be from Hyamdal?
And the solipsistic. Man from Hyamdal and the Hyamdal man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at
Who?
the end
Where
of
is the
world.
homosexual, Paz? You
Man
gotta tell
from
me where he
Heimdall
is.
And the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Did I just get another thought? Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall.
The forest of slaves? What the fuck?
Man from Heimdall. Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
Man. Paz, have you ever met the Heimdaller man? You gotta tell me. Alright, let's do it. Pass,
Twinge
yes.
at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ow.
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains. Kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
She's laughing at him, belittling him.
This is hot. That's hot.
Between the throne and the Heimdallaman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women? Or should I be a gay man that's also misogynistic towards women? Anti-sexism arc. Paz says Heimdall is Conan the Barbarian. If you don't get it. I know. So like super racist. That's why I'm saying that you live in Heimdall. Denmark is super racist, Paz. Tell me it's not. You can't tell me it's not. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do my reputation for misogyny is legendary.
Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast slithering around her abdomen, chest, shoulder region.
Okay, so you got a little snake. That's a little symbolism.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Bro, why would I buy Heimdall novels though? Oh, what's this?
Ship compressor.
Okay, something happened?
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars.
I did it.
Law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Well, my shit singularity is gonna last forever. All Endurance Wise checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance also raised to 4. Okay, nice. Nice. What does this one do? I just gotta increase my big brain. Alright, now let's talk to this lady. Now we've got all the knowledge of her freaking bookstore. Bitch. Hello, ma'am.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Paz says, I just love that my reputation for misogyny is legendary was a mistranslation of I am gay. And Katie says, I miss Missandra Shepherd. And Paz says, we all miss Missandra Shepherd in this shitty dress. It wasn't a shitty dress, Paz, because you can unzip it to let the shit out. That's the whole point of the dress.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Oh, I'm gonna bring negative energy to every single space that I walk into.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel like there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. Huh? So you are the owner of this store. I'm totally gonna curse this store.
The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Yeah, she's like a white lady, you know. Their entire way of communicating is fake. Katie says a magical shoulder morphing dress. I forgot that the dress made your shoulders smaller. I forgot that it gave you like a whole different skeleton. Thank you for reminding me. The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Or your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course. Why? I'm not gonna narc on a child.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm gonna say 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
If I have children, I'm not gonna drive them into an anxiety-filled lifestyle just because I'm a little superstitious. Katie says, it's a very powerful dress. You are true. You are correct. It is the future. We don't know if dresses in the future have the power to change your skeleton or not. Paz says, I'm sad we didn't use the dysphoria hoodie more often. Every time I try to change into the dysphoria hoodie, you all yelled at me. Y'all got mad at me for using the dysphoria hoodie. Paz says, Addie, you're a cop, but I'm not gonna narc on a kid. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends. How much do you pay the
Good
child?
Sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
You are a liar.
Slap the cuffs on her.
I formally reprimand you for your corrupt activities.
Oh, of course, officer. Good work. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Okay, Kim.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Farewell for now, book peddler. But I will find a reason to go into your curtain room, bitch. Kim, shut up. We're doing important work here. Exactly, Kim. I'm doing something ideally what a cop should do is actually do shit. Well, loading screen, you know what that means. Ad time. If you don't want to see ads, you gotta subscribe. This is a 30-second ad. I love the pants though, I gotta say. But we gotta also think about like how itchy this man's balls have gotta be. We didn't see him take a shower, and these are dirty ass clothes. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, what's up with this?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Holy shit. Empty card.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
That's suspicious.
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
That's suspicious. That's weird. Equita says, please don't make me think about itchy balls, Addie. I'm sorry, but I've gotta point it out. This man probably has itchy balls. Oh, look, we missed this. All my vomit?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Every worker's boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
All right, let's try to do some visual math. Ooh.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Damn. All right, let's try to take Mr. Body off again. It's not windy.
There he still is.
Hold up.
Right through you with his white eyes.
My shit is compressed.
Is entirely dedicated to that corpse.
I think I can take the corpse down.
Is all it does now.
What is up with his boots, though? Do they ever explain what's up with his boots? Yes, I did it.
Then the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run.
I did
and
it.
Your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
That is true. I've been ignoring this body.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity.
Paz says, oh yeah, you can try to steal his boots.
Covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
So the workers had to have killed him. Like, I guarantee you it was like the scab leader who killed this guy. Or just like a bunch of the union dudes. All right, inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic.
What?
Its clean white stands in stark
ceramic
contrast
boots
to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Interesting.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
Yeah, they are really weird boots. Rango says, so you're done with the bookstore. Yeah, we kind of yelled at the lady. We were like, you have your kid as a child slave, but we didn't. Kim kind of judged me and I pulled back on it. All right, what kind of boots are these?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Oh, like the band? Sabaton? Okay, then what kind of armor is this, you fucking nerd?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
What? Make?
Under the heel. Fairweather. Fairweather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
How does he know so much about armor? What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
True.
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
The child? Okay, just a minute ago, last time, Kim was belittling me for talking to the child, and now he wants me to talk to the child? Fuck you, Kim, you bitch ass. Fuck you, bitch.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor?
No. He must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Was he a cop? Then where are these clothes? Have you seen any around? And what if they told him to strip before they hung him, to demean him?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like. This one still has his underpants.
True.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Kuno, mind your business, bitch. The material looks out of place here.
It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. Ew, you touched the body?
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Oh, so it was a guy and just Chloe says, you have your guest labels on? Oh my god, thank you for telling me, Chloe. Thank you, nobody else, for telling me. Nobody else Fuck you. All right, everybody else, thank you for not telling me. Chloe, I love you. Thank you for telling me. How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
That's a lot, I take it.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware? Right, this guy's got to be a rich dude, right? Or he's got to be somebody like with a super nice job.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
That's suspicious. Initial report.
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Weird.
Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Sounds fragile?
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
See what?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
I just don't understand, like, why. Okay, we were just gonna figure it out, like, why this guy had this armor. I want to know why.
Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Whoa.
His torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Disgusting. Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
That's not a hangman's knot. That's another fucking buckle. You're lying to me. Rango says, Kim's judgment is way too effective on my actions. You're right, because it's like, I agree as well. Like, every time Kim says something to me, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I love him. I don't want to disappoint Kim. And of all people, out of any video game, I don't want to disappoint my man Kim. Rango says, or 6 man out of how many though? Or someone with a job that requires protective armor. But it's also just like, if you think about it, why do security guards get more than the police? Logically, if we look to our own world, the police are the most funded, state funded or capital funded, violence holders. Why would this guy be more protected unless he was involved in something like criminal, maybe? I don't know.
Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
What was that? A word?
Vermilion, in
Ooh.
yellow letters,
Vermilion.
along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Does everybody agree with me that the word vermilion sounds green? It doesn't sound like vermilion. Now, do we know what vermilion looks like, everybody? Vermilion is a red color. It is not like green, but vermilion just sounds green. It just has a green vibe to the way the word sounds. Do we agree? Pez says, you should remember you're a Revachol cop, and Revachol was recently occupied after the revolution ended. And then Rango says, don't worry, this guy makes a lot of sense once you find out who he is. Actually, this guy is very reflective. Well, I am thinking that he was killed by the striking workers for whatever reason. That is my running theory so far. This is a bad time for a drink, right?
Extremely.
What kind of rope is it?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Oh, okay.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
What?
I am Confucian.
The fuck did you— what? A black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen? What are you talking about? Like in a harbor?
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Interesting. They sure wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced.
Oh.
See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands.
What?
This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Well, all you would have to do logically is to climb up this ladder and then like get your gay little body like kind of like wiggle it on the branch and then use your hands to just undo this buckle. Right? Rango said, maybe he does make sense when you, well, surely it makes sense when you find out who he is because that's like good writing and how you write a mystery. How did they even get him up there?
The news is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above.
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Mr. Kitsuragi, sir, why do you have like an idea of like how you would get a body up on a tree, like how you would do it? I mean, we're assuming the dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life. Certainly not a briefing. No, they must have forgotten. They might have forgotten to brief me.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
All right, then I'll
The
ask you in a
cadaver
minute.
hangs from the cargo belt.
Ask you in a
Limbs
minute,
limp
Kimma.
and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing.
This seems political.
Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
These seem like very political tattoos. I could be wrong, but it's like, why else would you have like a super intricate, symbolic ass tattoo on you unless it wasn't for like a political thing?
His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Totally true, King.
Your fist clenches suddenly.
It will be marked, it will be riddled with disco. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened.
Ew.
Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Is this a national pattern?
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination.
That's what I'm thinking, it's
last in
political.
the penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
Well, you don't need, like, it doesn't need to be, you don't need to have a humanoid figure for it to be a religion, right?
The pattern does not stir patriotic or religious sentiment in you. What it does is speak to the wounded, limping animal, the male in particular, unable to communicate in anything more than grunts. It's impossible to tell if its advice is right or wrong.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why was your zipper so loud, Mr. Kitsuragi?
He takes a thin piece
Dude.
of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
Uh-oh. The kid's gonna try to take Kim's little camera.
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
That is true. He's protecting himself.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, then...
Oh! Flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Kind of looks like me in the beginning of the game, where they showed you and you couldn't see what your face looked like. Kind of looks like that. Rango says, but man, Cam gets me because he has our back and is nice to us, and I love him so much. But he is also pretty representative of problems with the police. He is pretty cold when dealing with people, so hyper-focused on his job in case, though he can be quite good and nice in some situations. When it comes to the case, he will not go off topic or think twice about the effects or emotions of the people. He is also such a centrist. That is a bulge? Well, I imagine... Well, why wouldn't they put a bulge on the corpse? He's got a dick.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool what do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Okay.
Here, a souvenir.
Don't lose it. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no longer than a pack of cigarettes. Oh, he gave me... Oh, I didn't even have to ask.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Nasty.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Not right now. I'm gonna look in the eyes.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Ew.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside.
Did you know...
The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
That bodies can explode? That, like, a lot of whales, they decompose, and, like, they're such a big creature, and if you don't, like, cut them at the right time, or, like, if they don't have, like, an injury on their belly, that the gas from the decomposition builds up in the body of the whale until it literally fucking explodes. Google, you know what? We're gonna watch whale explosions. Whale explosion. I wanna watch... Oh my god, there's an exploding whale compilation. Amazing. I love the internet. Exploding whale compilation 2017. Let's go. Blow it. Oh, get fucked. Ew, poor guy. This looks kind of fake, doesn't it? This one looks a little fake to me. Come on, I want to see this whale explode. Oh my god, can we get to the fucking point? Alright, let's skip it to here. Okay, they're slow. Ooh! Oof. Well, I mean, I feel like that's the best that we're gonna get it. I feel like that's just how it was gonna happen. Ooh, I seen this one. This one's good. Ooh, shit. Oh, gross. Nasty. But anyway, we're not gonna watch anymore, but that is what happens to whales. They can't explode. Pez says, that happened to William the Conqueror. He exploded at his funeral from buildup of eternal gases. That is amazing. I love that William the Conqueror fucking exploded. His body exploded. That's amazing. Ekoda says, I believe there are several stories of people being injured in whale explosions because people think it's a good idea to climb on them. there are a lot of not very smart people in the world, and I think it is our duty to educate them. That's the point of my stream. That is the reason why I showed you those whale exploding videos. It's education, so you know not to walk on a whale.
Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure.
What?
This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
The corpse
is
dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Damn it.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
This man enjoyed the moment of death.
Why do you think so?
It's an intuition.
Okay.
I mean, isn't like a third of police work
you
intuition?
Yourself from its stench, eyes like a shark.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, kids, now you know to stay the fuck away from dead whales. Exactly. And Rango says, ever heard of camel explosions? No. What? Taz says mid-coitus death? That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is erotic asphyxiation? Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Ew. I'm squinting, Kim. Stop. Relax your eyes.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver?
What?
We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Step back and have another look first?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in
Well, let's go look make sure there's nothing else around here that we can use. Oh, look, see, I missed this door over here.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
That is a door frame. You can see the door frame. All right, let me see. Come on, please.
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What feeling?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
Fucking useless. I'm telling you, that's a door. Why else would that be there? That's suspicious. That's weird. Okay, so you can talk to him once he's down? Okay, let's try to take him down then.
The man before.
Yeah.
So am I.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Maybe we could ask for help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
What if he was not killed by the Union? What if he was, in fact, just a leader of the Union, and then he got killed for being, like, too woke?
Confirmed. It's unsafe.
Yeah, wait, let's reconsider.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Either one of us could do it. We could use the kid's ladder on the side of the tree.
I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks. And I don't see another good way up there.
Oh.
Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this.
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like The police?
You have someone who's below detective. You have a point
Sadly,
there.
Yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands.
Okay.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
How are we supposed to get this boy down? Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Yeah!
How?
Just shoot the branch? Shoot the belt? The bullet will break it? I don't know. Just shoot up there, maybe? No. Well, if we shoot the belt, then where the fuck is the bullet gonna go?
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt.
Well, you have a gun, right?
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Should we shoot the corpse? I mean, listen, I'm a police officer. They give me a gun. What else am I gonna use my gun for? Shoot, take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Blow his head off.
Like, it's up there, Goober. Why are you aiming so low?
Take it! Take the shot!
Exactly.
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Come on, Lieutenant, bitch ass.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Whoa, like these guns are black powder?
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements.
Good job, Lieutenant.
A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air
You
as
missed.
the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
That's your fault.
he feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Yeah, you missed, doofus.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
How are we gonna get him down? Let me go look around, make sure we can't like find anything that we can use to like make ourselves taller. I saw a bucket earlier. I want to see if I can go pick up that bucket and use a bucket. Wait, hold up. What about this lady? Hey, ma'am, you want to go help us with a body?
Hello again, officer.
Oh, never mind. Leave you alone. You're useless. You don't have anything for me. The street signs reads, "Fuck the police." I mean, Katie says, "Oh, apparently you can get more storage with SD cards for the Steam Deck." Oh, that's nice. Branko says you could have asked to use his gun there, but why would I have used his gun? It's not my gun. That's rude. What's this?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Does any bench look overly comforting?
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Oh, is that where I sleep if I don't have any money? It's because I'm like, I don't have a house? What's this?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Fuck you, mail delivery box. Oh, owie. Ow, ow, ow. Ow.
There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Lavantorie mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
I'm real hurt.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
The lieutenant pats the box on the head, ever so slightly, before walking away.
Okay, fucking nerd. How do I heal myself? I healed myself. I've given myself a little bit of heal. Ooh, hello, people. I'll talk to those people later. I want to go look at this bucket. The real thing I wanted to look for. Wait, shit. Okay. Okay, hold up. I must be doing something wrong. I must be a little bit confused. Let's keep looking around. Let's keep looking around before we... Whoa, hold up. What is that? How do I get up there? We're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna go in here and try to figure out what that is. But it says you almost killed yourself after kicking a box. Eddie, it's my other shoe? Oh my god, time to get my other shoe. Okay. Oh, we never talked to the lady in the wheelchair. You notice? I feel a little mean. I feel a little mean that I didn't talk to the lady in the wheelchair. The music is such a vibe, though. Time to go get my shoe. Oh. Oh. I don't know if I kicked it with my unshoed shoe. Unshoed foot. I think my foot... Like, if you hurt yourself kicking a mailbox, you got weak little feet. Maybe you got osteoporosis. Okay. It's my other shoe! Pick up the shoe. Yes! Oh, I got both of my shoes on. Look at me. I got my shoes. I got my shoes. Okay, what do the shoes say? They may have lost some of their luster over the years, but these green crocodile leather shoes fit you perfect. Oh, leather shoes do that. That's awesome.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced.
Yeah.
Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now.
I'm so happy. My shoes are awesome. Oh, okay, look, I have... What the fuck is this? Numbers. I leveled up Inland Empire. I don't know why. It's all these numbers and shit. I'm lost. I'm lost? I gotta say I'm a little lost. I have one more skill point left, I think. Focus on the words. Okay. Katie is holding me and she's like, relax. It's okay. Maybe we should bring up calculus because I fail calculus every single time. I'm gonna level that one up. Okay. Okay. I'm good with all of this, I guess. Like, these are the ones that always come up. I like oh, okay, we're done. Okay. Hold up, another thing. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy? What? The smell of the sea is awesome, you fucking baby. Time for an ad, 30-second ad, because we're in a loading screen. These loading screens take quite a while. Ringo says, bottom left is accepting level ups, and you level up your different parts of the mind to make them take you more. Though you can only level them up as much as you set the match for each. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but I don't understand this game. Why can't I open the door? Okay, there we go. Can I get my tie?
This fan has has it been
no, I can't.
There as punishment? You
save your fare. Okay, remember, that's what I gotta do. Knock on this door. Knock on that door. I wonder what happened to that lady. I should have talked to, maybe I should have talked to that lady in the beginning of the game. She was too hot to talk to. Okay, who is this gay guy you want me to talk to, gang? Echo says, now your dirty ass sock from walking around shoeless will slowly make your shoe less smell like decay. Ew, you think, oh, my foot was walking around near the dead body. Gross. Kitchen reserved for personnel until 13 o'clock. I hate military time. More fucking numbers? Fuck you, making me do math. The cryptozoologist's wife? Hello?
Who's Sweetie?
Who is Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
Oh, fuck, I accidentally clicked the button that opens up a freaking website. I didn't mean to do that. Pez says, up north where Kuno Ness is hiding. Okay. And then Rango says, I think you have 2 spare level up points. You could upgrade Suar Fair right now. Hold up, let me finish talking to this old bitch. I don't know. Maybe I have.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Well, who says you can't fuck outside of being married?
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time, she would have probably welcomed your attention.
Queen.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
Hello.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend.
I'm gonna kill Morel.
Street,
I'm gonna take care of him for you.
Tea when they're away.
Oh, that sucks.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I am a disabled person. I should know how to interact with a disabled person. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? How would you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, you'd get to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime? Ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
Dang it. Hello, Speedy Wheels. Hello, hello.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Kim, of course I forgot I had you. Why would I be so mean to Kim? I know, but there are also side mysteries. Sequence killers and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Oh, why can't you be fun, Kim?
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but
She looks out.
Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down.
Damn, that's totally true. Speedy Will says, thank you for the raid the other week. I mean, I love raiding people, and I especially love raiding other disabled folks.
Perhaps another time.
Oh, I feel bad for her. Oh, I'm gonna ask her why she's in the chair. I'm gonna be a douchebag abled person.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
Oh, that's okay.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body.
Yes.
Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries.
Not necessarily.
Like from a great height.
Not necessarily.
Or a grenade explosion.
Not necessarily. Could have been born like that. I'm sorry. It was rude of me to mention the wheelchair.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
Bro?
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Rango says, asks a woman for money in the same place you literally spent all your money on booze. She knows. I'm not gonna ask her for money. I'm gonna leave her alone.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
I'll try. I'm not good. I'm not smart, okay? But I got fancy shoes. I got nice shoes. That's what makes me a smart cop. I got nice shoes. Don't you know that's what makes a cop a good cop? Okay. So we've got to wait till Kim leaves to take the body's shoes. Can I take the body's shoes after I've taken the body off the floor, off the tree? Hold up. I never opened this. Really?
This trash container is locked. There's
it's locked.
Something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Emma says, Eddie, how would you like to go on a roller coaster? I hate roller coasters. You ask Katie. She knows. Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Seems like a reasonable assumption.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage,
Or what?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
But that guy hates me. That guy hates me. Alright. Apparently I have no, I don't have points. You're lying. Whoever told me I had points is a liar. Rango says exactly, as we all know, if you look good while oppressing people, you're the best cop. Exactly. Do y'all remember during the 2020, Kim, you have the power to phase through doors? Buddy? How did you do that? I saw it. We all saw it, right? I'm not tripping. He went through the door. How do I get him to do that again? I don't know how I got him to do it. Hold up. Johns Hopkins? Oh, it's a tweet from Johns Hopkins. I gotta look at it. I have to look at it. What the fuck? There's evidence that a booster dose reduces a person's likelihood of being infected with SARS-CoV-2. That's like Mario, but less likely doesn't mean impossible. In general, boosters reduce symptom severity and duration, and reduce transmission. COVID cup? What the fuck? Okay, Mario. What? The fuck? Omicron?
I can do it.
This, I've gotta say, this shit's a little cringe. From Johns Hopkins, I gotta say, this shit's hyper cringe. Thank you, Johns Hopkins. Thank you, Johns Hopkins, the hospital that saved my life. Oh no, this is specifically the Bloomberg school. Never mind, these people didn't save my life. Fuck y'all. Yes, I don't like roller coasters in general, but that was amazing. That was... They're like, what about this bucket? I want to get that bucket. How do I get that bucket? I feel like that bucket has the answer for me. Check out this.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. Eternite.
Perception. Alright. Let's try to... I'm gonna get back here where the kids are. Where the other bitches. Because Paz wants me to go talk to the gay guy. Equita says, I wonder if Kim will later see you wearing the boots if you steal them without him. And be like, I wonder where he got those. Right, does Kim comment on your new boots? Okay, this has got to be the way around, right? Oh my gosh, okay. This is a little... Alright, there's a way around here. Ooh, I'm about to freak this kid out. Hey, bitch.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
No, I'm just here to talk to you.
He's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
No. Why would you even say that?
Why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
Wow, this kid's a real danger to me. Alright, see you later. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Look at this, I missed a whole big ass thing.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Impossible. I'm not gonna look at the apartment building. What's this? Ooh! Got some magnesium and some money. Look at me, I got some money. Okay, check this out. A garden hose. This won't be used for the snow mounts. Rango says, Kuno knees annoys me like hell. She's a little annoying, but like, also it's a kid. A hat. Oh, I can't. We got, let me take some of that nose medication. Let me check out this hat. It reduces my rhetoric. It makes me stupid. It does make me look a little weird. Maybe I'll take it off for now. Let's check out this. These barrels are half full of rainwater. Ew. All right, what's up with here? Closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Okay, that's odd. That's weird. All right, what's this? Oh, there's a boy up there. Boy.
There must be another way into the building.
God, Jesus Christ, why were you so loud, my good man?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Ooh.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. King. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on there. Now, you need to fail a composure check to become homosexual. Huh?
Bruh.
Okay, no trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Hold on. Can I at least have a cigarette?
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Can't you just, like, toss that one down?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You're right. That was obviously a bad idea.
As you wish.
Actually, the gendarmerie? French ass word?
Is it really that important?
Yeah.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
Yeah, it is important,
All
my
right,
good sir.
Make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Okay, well, can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's a fake name.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
That's totally fake. Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
Soon.
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh.
You
asked me that, didn't you?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Oh, muscular boy.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
Rango says, by the way, why the fuck does he have an open top? It's snowing me. Because he's too sexy to care. Obviously. Come on.
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What does that mean?
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
Fascinating.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby, and drinking beer.
Yeah. Do all those guy things. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
Rango, have you ever been to the club in the winter?
Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
Okay, what? Y'all told me that there was gonna be a check. There isn't no check.
No.
What?
We won't.
Why not?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Okay, let's go. Come on, fail this. Fail it.
Time
Yes!
to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? Huh?
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go.
Oh, come on.
Good luck with the investigation.
Oh. Paz says, I don't think this was a check, but you meet him later. So if you don't get it here, then you can get it later. Okay, Paz, thank you. Kim's like, what the fuck? We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Rango says, I barely leave my house and certainly no club. Well, this is just a very common thing. Sexy people like being sexy, no matter what the temperature is. Sure, the summer is the best time, but sexiness does not stop for winter. So the nips will be at attention. Okay. Oh, we should talk to Kim. He's got to give me something, doesn't he?
Yes?
I think you told me. I think you should. Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
A pissing competition?
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Ecuador says, hey, sexiness is not always wearing too little clothing in winter. Sometimes sexiness is wearing too much in summer. Very true. Very true. It all depends on your vibe. I don't remember being in on anything.
That's good.
Tell me about it.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our
You know, the only
precincts can
kind?
decide if Martinez
That's
is part of
an
Denmark or
oxymoron. Cop
industrial
stupidity?
power. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Oh, my neck! My back!
Paz is making me do a posture check because I'm wigging in my chair.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the
You're just
hanging.
jealous that my chair
There's
can
quite a
rock.
brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest.
Have
There's
y'all seen how
150
upset
cases solved.
the New York
What I
City
am
police
is
are
least
recently?
interested
Because
in
the
the
mayor
peaceful
wants to make it that the police have to work in New York City to be that live in New York City to work in New York City.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest we have. A hero cop sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. I must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? Don't be scared, but I think I might have supernatural abilities. I probably have an unbelievable kill count. I'm gonna leave why I was sent unspecified. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be an augury.
No.
You know, actually no, I'm not an augury. I don't know why I said that.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If
Nah,
not,
I don't really
yes,
care.
It's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Well,
I'm actually glad it's addressed now.
I think you should know, I want to talk about you? So weird. I want to hit on Kim.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Well, we'll work together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You don't look like other people around here?
Bruh.
Why do I gotta be racist? Why you gotta... All of these choices are shitty. All of these choices are shitty. You don't... you're wearing glasses? Yeah, he's blind. Tell me a secret about yourself. No. Bitch. Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay. Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you have a conversation with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
Oh, okay.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Bro.
You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
I'm not special.
Let's change the subject.
I'm not special. I'm not special.
Hey, up here.
There's a girl up there? Did she spill the paint? Oh, she's calling me a piggo. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. Cape Side Apartments.
Yeah,
With some ass freaking words. How do I get up there to talk to this bitch?
A
Being
sturdy
mean.
metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Dang.
This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Knock?
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock again?
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
See? Knock twice. That's when old people start to hear.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on. Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
I'm the police, bitch.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
I don't have my badge.
Go
It's not
check
like I
the
can...
backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. With the smoker. You already were there. Didn't work.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint sweeping sounds inside.
Bitch. Oh, I can talk to her from down here? Okay. Hello, young lady. Young woman.
The streets will flow red once more.
Oh, she's got a little
great
tiny face.
Current rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
What are you being so dramatic for?
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Ekura says, I just wear leggings under my skirt. That's basically pants. Don't get why people assume I just have bare legs when I say I wear skirts in winter, but it's funny every time. Yeah, I don't get that either. It's like people are like, huh? How do you wear skirts in winter? When like women wore skirts for literally hundreds of years before we were allowed to wear pants. Like, do you think we just didn't... Do you think we just didn't wear... We just wore fucking mini skirts and our legs all bared ass all out there? No. Ringo says, I think the perception of people thinking my legs are cold is that they have really thin tights or thigh highs or something. And you're telling me you don't have a bunch of different voices of your insecurities talking to you? I don't. I can't say I do.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
You should get tested for Hep C. Everybody in chat, get tested for hepatitis. You never know. Let's start it with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
I'm being funny, Kim. God.
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Okay.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here.
Well, I mean, pigs go home is pretty much like a pretty good phrase to write on the wall. I
rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Interesting.
She wants it to be something true and total.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
True.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking to?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat dock next to the pier. Are you gay?
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
That's just attraction.
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Oh, it's a rich lady, I see.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
She rich?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
Oh, I love those type of people. I love those type of people. Waste police time. Love you, queen.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Ooh, I gotta ask her what flavor her coochie is.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to her on.
Catch you later, then.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
It's ungulate, and you are one too, you stupid fool. Equita says, that's a weird way to say hello. I mean, edgy artists always gotta be weird and edgy. Looks like there was more construction here once, decades ago. Oh god. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look stable. More magnesium? Cool. This boat, the belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Rango says, Cindy, I can feel she really wants to make something unique and special. Fuck Joyce. She's one of my favorite characters, but as a person, fuck her. Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface. I want to get a kayak and, you know. Your room in the whirling isn't bigger than this sloop. Well?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top.
Oh, it's Kate Blanchett.
Boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
How did she get here? Did she get here by herself on this boat? I heard that is pound that boat and got very confused. I mean,
good afternoon.
I'm not
officers.
sexually attracted to boats.
I'm Joyce.
Hello, Joyce.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
she's like the HR rep. She goes out here and she's like, "Oh, you guys gotta work." What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Oh, damn. Okay, bitch.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
Or, Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
My maiden name.
Okay, so she's married. Don't shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
I don't shake her hand, but she shakes hands with Kim.
She is unfazed by your rudeness. Probably chalking it up to local custom.
Yeah, I'ma just be an asshole.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Okay, I guarantee you won't say anything of substance, though.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure
yes,
you
very weird. I have like withdrawals from alcohol.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group.
Well, can I speak to like the CEO, the Jeff Bezos? Why do I gotta talk to you, Joyce?
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Do you know something about these tattoos?
The man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth day to the back's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Fucking bitch.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Uh-oh. Suspicious. Rango says Joyce is less comedic than the others, but she has a lot of interesting conversations. His ultimate competency, me playing Disco Elysium. So what did you name your boat? Katie says, I love this character, but as a person, fuck him. It's something I feel a lot. Yeah, me too.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Ugh, fuck you.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57.
Uh-oh.
And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Mind your business, Joyce.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it. I had a seizure.
I see.
And it flew off,
so are you
and
saying
I
you
lost it.
Your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. I'm gonna say it's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all my memory of my life in the world. Or just, yeah.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
It is I'm gonna be weird. I could have eaten it for all I know.
Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
How would you know? You're not a doctor, Joyce. Mind your business.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Bitch.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Yes, I am. Ringo says, yeah, though granted, Disco Elysium actually has quite a lot of characters I genuinely like as people, unlike other games. Sure, they are more flawed than characters in most games, but everyone is, and there is a lot of genuine people in this game. I think that's like a major reason why I'm not like very keen on like Mass Effect and everything, is because nobody is really a person. They represent an ideology or a stance or a position. They aren't really people, in my opinion.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Fuck you, bitch.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
All right, I got a high chance. Let's try to be smart.
She's
yes.
a negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
Surely. Hello, Clapper. G says, I'm doing a racism playthrough, and it's interesting, I imagine. Now, this is the first time I've ever played this game, so we're really exploring the inner workings of my mind and seeing what type of cop I'm going to be. And hello, Clapper, welcome, welcome. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
All right, what do you want?
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
No duh. Clapper says, I used to be a good cop. That seems, again, can you ever be a good cop? Is that a statement that is actually true in reality?
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
I'm not gonna narc.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Suck my fat cock. I'm gonna find my badge, and I'm not gonna do anything for you,
Detective,
Joyce.
A word in private before we continue.
Okay, what do you want? What?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
Well, you're very quiet, sir. I have an audio processing disorder. You gotta speak up.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser.
Maybe she has my badge.
Straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
We could, just find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Okay, whatever, man. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
Oh, we got screwed.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay, then, that's smart. Well, it is 3:59, gang, and you know what? That's close to ending, so we're gonna save it right here, and we'll get back to it tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully, if all goes well, I will be able to stream tomorrow at the right time. But I want to thank all of you for coming, but before we go, I want to thank my patrons, Paz, Equita, Silvercore, and Howie. Thank you for so much, and if you want to become a patron on the Patreon, here's the link. There are 4 tiers, and each tier has its own rewards, and each reward, is very special. And once we hit 10 patrons on the Patreon, we will start watching movies together on the Discord. And here's a link to the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. Don't forget to follow and subscribe if you can. Now, let's find somebody to raid. Let's find somebody fun to raid. Katie says, I'm sure it's possible to genuinely protect people and not be a bigot who abuses power. It's hard to wrap my head around. But you also have to understand that holding power over people is innately unjust. Katie, it's innately... Oh, somebody's playing... Let's look. Well, let's see. Anybody I'm already following is cool. Let's check the trans tag, actually. Let's check the trans tag. Probably somebody cool there. Somebody here's got COVID. Let's go raid them and go be nice. They've got COVID. Let's go be nice, everybody. Go be nice to the transgender druid. Alright, gang. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!